Now, one thing I've noticed, I've been doing high-level sales training for over a year now, and one thing I really have clocked onto is that sales, the most important thing is your energy. Like, sales is really a transference of energy. It's how you're feeling. Jordan Belfort says, to be a great salesman, you need to be enthusiastic as hell. That's the first thing he says. Sharp as attack and the force of nature. And if any of those three are missing, then it's going to be a lot harder to sell. And I found myself at times on a low vibration in terms of energy, in terms of I may be in a bad mood, a bit of a negative mind state, and I never sell in that mindset. I never ever. It's so rare. Versus being excited with life, like excited, truly happy to be here, happy to serve, willing to do whatever, you're much more likely to sell someone with that mindset. And that is such a difference maker. It's almost like, I'll give an example, when you're speaking to a woman you like or find someone of the opposite sex that you find attractive. You can have all the skills in the world, you can say this, you can touch her this way or hold her hand or do all of these different techniques, but if you're not the person that personifies an attractive person, then you're not going to get her attention. You're not going to see much progress. So you really need to love what you're selling, love what you do, love helping people. And that's going to make such a big difference in terms of how they react to what you say, the questions you ask, the decisions they make, the feelings throughout the call, because you can't gauge it. Okay, you can ask questions, you can check in, what do you think about this, what I've said, what do you think about that? Does this sound like something that might help? But really and truly, until you drop the price, you'll never really know how they're feeling. They might be like, I'm all for it, I want the help, let's go now, I'm in desperate pain, I need to make a change. And you drop the 2K, you drop the 3K, 4K, 5K, all of a sudden they run away, they're so quick to put the phone down, they're just shutting down. And the only way you can get past that is just making them feel so good up to the point of dropping the price that they just want to buy what you're selling. And you just have to do whatever it takes for you to get in that mindset. So people say you could do like a little workout before your call. That's never really worked for me. I'm not one to do 10 burpees or some squat jumps, get on a call, and that's going to make the difference. I think for me, it's about having something to work towards. So when I was working towards living out here in Mexico, I was just on fire. I was living at home with my parents, age 33, full of shame, full of pain, and nothing much else to do. So I had to just go all in on the calls. Now I've been here and I want to be outside, I want to enjoy the weather, I want to interact with people. It's hard for me to be at home on the computer. And it's funny because you visualize, you have a goal that you want to get to, and then you get there and it's almost like, I didn't envisage all of the parts of the puzzle. To the point where I found myself a bit disillusioned, like, is this the best place to be? I'm just stuck inside all day. So now I've created my ideal routine. So now I'll wake up early, but I won't start getting on the phones. I'm gonna try this week. I'll let you know how it goes. I'm not gonna start getting on the phones till about 4 or 5 p.m. Meaning I've got a whole day to enjoy the sun, I can have some interactions, I can film some content. And by the time I get on the phones, I should be like vibrating on such a high level, having these interactions, powering myself up with some sun, some sea, some sand, women to speak to, just having a good time, being well fed, and then we'll see how it goes. But I've got a feeling that this is gonna work. So that's the sales side of things. Now in terms of marketing, now I'm taking my marketing to another level. And I'm doing these street interviews. People seem to be going viral in this town and even TikTok everywhere, from like street interviews, interviewing women. And I've been recently doing content about like positive mindset, fitness stuff, and they get some attention, but I know that if I double down on interviewing hot women, that's just gonna bring the eyeballs in. I was watching Ty Lopez say in an ad, actually, really good advice, that attention is the most valuable commodity ever. Like, attention is more valuable than a house, a car, any business having the attention. That's what my thing is now, getting eyeballs. And you see people getting famous off attention. Like even 6ix9ine, before he got famous, he was going viral for like wearing t-shirts saying like HIV, AIDS, and even before he had music, he was already viral sensation. And that's the thing, that's the world we're in. If you don't put yourself out there, you're just gonna be in the background, be ignored. So I feel I'm gonna try for a period of just do consistent, beautiful women, talk about fitness, and that's gonna be the marketing. That's gonna get people in the funnel. And then I've got my skills of sales to convert people into business and help people. Now I was interested, I've actually got a coach called Wes Watson. If you Google him or use YouTube, you're gonna see his videos. He goes viral all the time. And he just closes people off the DMs. So, but his approach is that most people aren't gonna buy it straight off the bat. You send them the prices, they're probably gonna ghost. But they keep seeing you showing up every day, showing up in the stories, in the Instagram, the reels, and then all of a sudden they're just like, okay, I'm ready to go. Like, they just pay. So I'm working towards that. But thankfully I've got my sales job, so I'm not stressed and I'm having fun. That's the main thing. I'm just creating an environment where I can do what I need to do and have fun at the same time. So yeah, so this is a game of sales and marketing, that's all it is. And I felt like I mastered marketing in the gym. I've got tons of videos about what I did to get clients on tap. If I wanted to get a client, I knew exactly what to do. Online, I know how to get clients, but the only way I know is the brute force, DM people every day, and it is horrible. It is, you probably want to shoot yourself before long. You do a couple of days of adding friends and followers and DMing, cold DMs, and it's a nightmare. So we're trying this approach, and I'll let you know how it goes. I mean, this channel is where I really do share my journey. You've seen me from being a personal trainer, living in London, COVID, after COVID. So this is where I really document what's working, what's not working. So you guys can cut some steps and get to your goal faster. So yeah, every day, even today, it's a bit grey at the moment, but I'm gonna hit the strip. If I can just get 1 or 2 quality conversations, that's like another day of content, and I'm gonna do that every day. And that's one thing I noticed. I've got friends on TikTok, combined, they've got to have over 10 million, way over that. And it's just funny, you just observe them, and they're just so consistent. Every day, pounding the streets, interviews. I've got all the gear, I've got the stands, I've got the microphone, I've got everything. And check my Instagram, JPFitness123, if you want to see what I'm up to. Because Instagram is the best way to actually convert. So YouTube is great for if people have a problem, they're gonna Google search how to solve a certain problem. If you're watching this, you probably were searching about how to make money from fitness, how to be a PT. And then you'll probably if you want to find out more, you're gonna find me on Instagram. You might reach out to me for a message, you might watch my stories, react to something. And that's where we can have a conversation where I can potentially help you to get even better results. And that's the same with fitness. So I'm gonna literally film a video about fitness after this. People will see my videos on YouTube, they'll hit me up on Instagram, and that's where the conversion happens. So YouTube, Instagram, very important tools. TikTok, they're all important. Social media is free, but you just need to put your life in a situation where you can make the most of it. I couldn't do it living at home. I had too much shame living at home with my parents to be filming my life. I've got videos, a lot of my videos you'll see have been from home. I just haven't told you I was living with my parents. But for me, it was hard to have that. It wasn't a good environment. London, especially Barking, is one of the worst towns in London. To be going out filming content, it's just wasn't really connected. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Follow me on Instagram, or hit me up on Instagram, so you can see firsthand what's working, and then you can save some steps. I've spent thousands on mentorship, so everything I'm doing is through mentors and through advice. Anyway. Until next time.